Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the top 5 tips for new players. Let's get started. Tip number 1, don't waste money on clothes or cars. And what I mean by this is 200,000 for a deadline yellow outfit, green, orange, you get the gist. 200,000 for each of these outfits is just ridiculous. And as a new player, if you get 200,000, your first thought should not be to look good or to buy a car. It should be invest in businesses. And when you get your first 3.5 mil, it should not be to get the program PR4. Your first 3.5 mil should be spent on businesses or buying an apartment to do the heists, so you can make way more money in the future. The only time you should buy cars like this is if you've got a good steady business flow and they're on sale. That's the only time I buy items like this. Unless I make millions and millions and millions, which eventually I will, then I'll buy cars like this. But until then, there's no point, because this will not make you any money. Whereas if you invest a bunker and fully upgrade it, that'll make you a lot of money. Tip number 2, invest in an armored Kuruma. Now the armored Kuruma is literally what it says. It's an armored Kuruma, and it makes Headhunter, all contact missions, just general gameplay so much easier. High setups, you name it, it will help you. The only downside that this has is that one rocket and it's gone, but that's only if you're playing against players most of the time. So when you're playing against PvE and NPCs, it just melts. They have to shoot through the little gaps, and you literally will hardly ever die. You can die, don't get me wrong, you can, but you hardly ever will. And for 525,000 after you do the Flecker job, or 698,250 before you do it, it's just an absolute steal. So I recommend buying this as one of your first investments. Probably not the first investment, we'll get onto what your first investment should be, but it should definitely be one of the first. It's so useful, trust me. Tip number 3 for new players, take advantage of the double money week and the sales for that week. Now what I mean by this week, MC businesses are all double money. So I'll be focusing more on my MC businesses, so I'll make so much more money than I normally would. But last week it was crates, so last week I focused on crates and made more money because it was double money. And as a new player, you're going to want to do this. Obviously, you're not going to have all businesses, so they do races that are double money, contact missions, headhunter sightseers has been double money, the client jobs, whatever's double money for that week, and double RP, fully take advantage of, because it will help you out and you'll get richer and you'll rank up so much faster. Also, what I mean by take advantage of the sales is the Nagataki Shotaro is on sale, and I've wanted this bike for ages, so I'm going to buy it because it's 900,000 or so cheaper. That 900,000 can be invested in businesses and can make me more money in the future. Tip number 4, invest in businesses. Now, there are so many businesses in this game, and there's so many people that have different ways how they start their businesses and what one they buy first. But I always bought the CEO office first. The reason I bought the CEO office is because from there I can buy another 2 businesses that I can both do solo and will make me loads of money. Also, I can do VIP work. You can do VIP work if you have 50 in your bank account, 50,000, but with a CEO office there's no cooldown, whereas with the 50k there is a cooldown. After that, I bought the bunker because it just made the most money. It cost the most, but it made so much money back. And then I invested in MC businesses, and the only one I haven't bought is the document forgery, and that is because it just doesn't seem worth the money. After that, I bought the nightclub, and with the nightclub you can make so much money, but don't buy it first because you need other businesses to make money from it. If you buy this straight away, you literally won't make money back at all. It'll be so much more difficult to get your money back for the money you spent on it. Whereas if you have 5 MC businesses, you can sell the equivalent of them 5 through the warehouse in the nightclub and make loads and loads of money. But remember, you have to have the businesses first. Then I bought arcade. And with the arcade, that was so I can do the Diamond Casino heist, which made me quite a bit of money as well. But again, this should be one of your later purchases. I then bought the facility. Now the facility, again, is for heists, and depending on if you like the Doomsday heists, I bought this one. This was my last purchase. And the last business in the game is the hangar, and this is the one that I haven't bought. This is purely for the fact that I've heard it's really hard to do solo, and I play mainly solo, and also I don't like flying or airplanes or helicopters, so for me it's just a pointless buy. I will eventually buy it, but not yet. Bonus tip: you can always steal a car every 48 minutes just to sell. Now, it'll only be an extra 5 to 10k, but that's an extra 5 to 10k that you wouldn't normally get. So in my opinion, it's always worth it. And this has been in the game since the beginning, and when I do play with people, none of them seem to do it, and I always just do. And again, it's only 5 to 10k, but sometimes you need something to do in between selling businesses and that, and you can always just steal a car and sell it. Tip number 5, and the final tip in today's episode: make friends. Now, I know the game's old, but it's still a game that everyone loves to play. And making friends makes it so much easier, because you can help sell their businesses and they can help you sell yours, which means that you don't have to do everything solo. And plus, you can also do the heists. Now, it's hard to make friends on this game. I've done it a couple times. You just message people to help them, and then eventually they're like, oh, thanks, you helped me, I'll help you. Always worth doing, because like I said, you can do the heists, and you can sell each other's businesses, which means you can sell more. Because when you get the 4 motorbike mission in your MC businesses, between one of you, it's hard. But when there's 2 of you, or 4 of you, it's so much easier. You can get it done in like 5 to 10 minutes, instead of taking the full half hour to yourself. Now, to make friends in this, just put your gamer tag or PSN down in the comments and add each other up and help each other. It makes the game so much more enjoyable, and you can grind heists, sell businesses together, and just have fun. That's all for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you again next time.